Hi everyone, welcome to MJS Coaching Football, and thank you for watching my channel. I do really appreciate it. If you're a non-subscriber, push the button, right? It doesn't cost a thing. So today in this video, it's a continuation of our match concept foundation. It's specifically our version of three match. So if you've watched my cover 10 three match premise, this is a follow-up to that. Today, what I want to do is go over our cover 10 three match, right? Our version of the Nick Saban Rip Liz and the assignments versus a 2x2 formation. Okay. So, what I have are two different 2x2 formations, one 11 personnel, the other 10. Okay. So, tight end, no tight ends. And what I'll do first is I'll go through the assignments for our match side and for our zone side. Okay. And then I'm not going to necessarily go through any specific route concepts, but I'll just try to bring it to life for you up here. Okay. As far as, again, building on the match concept foundation, right? What's a low exchange? What's a high exchange? What becomes a vertical, etc. Okay. That I'll do for you in the diagrams. So on our match side, which is the lizard rip side, pass strength, right? Remember the way we simplify how we determine which is the match side. Our dime, which is our outside linebacker, right, is going to match two. He's going to match two vertical. He's going to match two if two goes outside. Okay. However, if he gets a lightning call, that means number one's inside. He automatically takes number one because number one, see, is the new number two. All right. So that I will go over with you just so we can piece together the assignments without getting into specific route concepts. Okay. So dime is our match two defender. Okay. And if one goes inside, all right, under 10, so the low exchange zone, then he will pick up number one because that is the new number two, right? Follow me here. Our backer, right? See, this is the match side. Liz equals match. Dime goes to the Liz, right? So our backer is going to match number three. So dime matches number two. Backer matches number three. Okay? So three is the running back, and he will match number three, the running back, if he comes to him. He's got to come to him. And so when I get to the diagram portion of the presentation, I'll explain to you what the key rush is. If you're a subscriber and you've seen all my match quarters playlist, then you know. But if you're a new viewer, subscriber or not, this might be new to you, so I'll take the time to go through it. Doesn't take long. Okay? So he's going to match three. If he gets a thunder call, that means two's coming inside, and he'll be the new number three. So by matching three, he takes two coming in. Dime on the lightning takes one coming in. Part of that low exchange zone. So if you haven't watched my match concept foundations talking about 1-2 exchanges, I get into the low exchange zone, the high exchange zone, as well as in our 2-3 exchange bunch video. All right, so matching two, matching three. So our field corner is going to match number one, right? So in a 2x2, you've got three receivers before the snap of the football. Match two, match three, match one, right? So we got it accounted for. So he'll take one on a vertical or an out. So if one himself goes out, he'll be matched by the field corner. Okay? If two goes out by himself and one there's no exchange, then a dime will take him, right? So see, it's vertical or out, assuming there's no exchanges. Okay, so again, when we get to the diagram portion of this, without getting into specific route concepts, I'll bring in some exchanges to help illustrate that. All right, so now it's the field corner who makes the lightning call for the dime. And then he will move in and carry the number 2 vertical because that's the new number 1. So I'll do that for you in the diagram portion. All right? The dime makes the thunder call. So if their guy goes inside in the low exchange zone, they alert the next defender inside. So lightning alerts the dime, thunder alerts the backer. And again, those are the low exchange, 0 to 8. All right? 0 to 8. And then the free safety starts off on the match side, but on the snap, he's going to spin to the middle and he's going to make that carry call. So remember, I talked about this when I say remember, people who've seen it in the match concept foundations, right? In the premise of cover tan 3 match, number 2 is tight and there's great separation. It's going to be an automatic carry, but he's going to make that call anyway. So the free safety before the snap, you're screaming carry, 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 and Liz equals Roger, Roger, Roger. So these two are on the same page. Okay, he echoes the call to the boundary corner. So the boundary corner knows, as we'll see in a little bit, if 2 is vertical, it's going to get carried by the free safety. So you can hang with number 1. Okay? So that takes care of our match side defenders. Match 1, match 2, match 3, spin middle, carry the opposite 2. Right? And if 2 is not vertical, then you're in the middle third. Okay? Hence, 3 match. There you go. Right? 3 match. The middle's closed. We got a defender in the middle. Hence, it's 3 match, right? Cover 10. So now we get to the zone side, which is opposite the Liz or rip. So if this is a Liz, this becomes the zone side, right? Down here, this is what we call our 10 personnel Detroit 2x2. So it's an even 10 personnel, middle of the field. Right-handed quarterback is Liz to us. Quarterback's arm, right? So therefore, this is the match side. The right is the zone side. So now the rover, who in this case is both here and here, right? He goes to the tight end. Our rover is an automatic rush defender. If you, again, have a chance, watch our Cover Tan 3 match premise video. We have a 4-man rush. That's why we like 3 match, Cover Tan. It's a 4-man rush, only 7 in coverage. Well, that 4th man is our linebacker known as the rover, outside linebacker. Okay? So in both cases here, because it potentially could be a rip and now he'd be on the match side. So you teach, in our case, both outside linebackers, the rover and the dime, how to both be the match defender and be the rush guy. Okay? He's automatic rush, and if he's detached, like he is here, we're going to teach him how to be a gold read blitzer and what that means. And when we get to the diagram, I'll tell you what that means. Okay? So he's going to be the go read. And I'll get into that when we get to the diagram. The Mike linebacker. Okay? The Mike is our hook curl defender. Remember, this is zone side, right? He's going to what we call Dabo combo number 3, the running back. So Dabo combo is our inside linebacker and our safety, our comboing. Okay? So they're going to combo the number 3 running back should he go to them. Remember, he's matching 3 if it comes to him. But if the running back goes away, right, and there's no thunder call, then he's going to mirror the quarterback. So again, I'll bring that into the diagram when we get there. Okay? So he's going to hook curl, and he's going to Dabo with the safety. The boundary corner is deep third. And that's why it's so important. If the free make, in this case, the free makes the carry call, the whip echoes it, carry, 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 carry. So he knows if we got two verticals, he can be tight to the number one vertical, especially when you have twins. Okay, that's very important that you echo that call. Okay, I'm not going to get into when we choose not to make the carry call and how that affects the boundary corner, etc. I'm not going to get into that right now, but in future videos that will be covered. Okay, and so last and certainly not least is our whip. Okay, our whip safety. He is going to screw down on the snap. We do everything on the snap. We give you the offense the same picture. So there's a lot of offenses, if not all. If they see too high, they want to run it. Well, then we screw down, right? We got the extra guy in the box. Again, see the cover 10 3-match premise video. Extra guy in the box. Okay, so he's a curl flat defender. And remember, he's going to dabo with the mic, and they're going to combo number 3 should 3 come to them. Okay? So those are the assignments for our match side and zone side and cover 10 3-match. All right, so what I want to do now, I'm going to start up here with the what we call 11 personnel. Dallas, D, right, double, 2x2. Detroit, D, double, 2x2. Okay, it's the gun, it's in pistol. Okay, so just so for teaching purposes, again, I'm not getting into specific route concepts. Okay, field corner is going to match 1. If 1 goes inside in that low exchange zone, right, 0 to 8, and let's just say he goes vertical. Well, that's why he makes the lightning call. Now he's carrying the new number 1's vertical. He's going to what we call carry through the zone. Okay, so now no matter where this guy goes, he's yours. Carry through the zone is another way of saying man. You got a man, dude. Okay, carry through the zone. CTZ, carry him through the zone. You got him. Okay, once you hear lightning, it's a carry through the zone deal. Okay, so it's important, and when we get to route concepts, I'll get into it more. This in cut is not the same thing as a slant. We do not make lightning calls on slants. Okay, and why that's the case, future videos. But I'm doing this just to show you how our match concept works. He's the new number 1, he's the new number 2, so now the dime matches it by carrying him through the zone. Okay, we don't run defenders out, so now he's wide open there and there's nobody to cover him. No, that's not going to be the case. Okay? A similar scenario down here with the thunder call. Okay? So I'll get to the running back in a minute. The thunder call now would come from the dime to the backer to tell him, now you, CTZ, carry him through the zone, because when they do something like that, it's very likely that the number 3 is shooting out. So see, here's the new number 3. There's the new number 2. He matches 2. He matches 3, right? Follow the rules. That's why the low exchange zone video is so helpful. He goes out. He matches 1 on the out. So see, we got everything covered. He's already spinning on the Roger call. Okay? But this is why we have our exchange rules set up, and it starts with who you matching. And you teach your guys, easier teachings, easier learning, what happens when they make these exchanges in the low exchange zone. Now he carries through the zone, he carries through the zone. So they're both man on their guys. See, once the exchange occurs, they're not going to exchange again. And don't assume you guys know that. Because you get a lot of, well, what if, the 10 million hypotheticals that go through a kid's mind. And when I say a kid, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds, they get the same questions because everything happens a lot faster. Okay, so don't assume they understand that. Once they exchange, they're done exchanging. So that he's going to be 2, he's going to be 3. Boom, done. Okay, that's why it's important to do it. So what I'd like to do up here, so let's just get away from this for a second. Let's say he goes vertical. Say he goes vertical, right? He's gone. So he carries, he matches 2, he matches 1. We got the verticals covered. So over here, right, match 3. Let's say he just fits into the protection. Key rush. When the running back is the guy you're matching. Okay, and this is the same for our match quarters. Our inside linebackers know that's their key. Right? That's the guy they're matching. So if he's blocking, the key's telling me to rush. If he's not going to go out in a route, then I'm not going to sit there and we're not going to have a staring contest, right? Who blinks first? My key's telling me to rush, so when he blocks, I rush. I add to the rush. Okay? So let's just say for a second, because we like to rush our nose to the quarterback's arm side, right? If we don't have any kind of call on, right? We just make our base front call and it's cover 10, baby. Boom, done. That's going to force that. So now the running back's going to fit into the B gap in case he blitzes. So the key's blocking. He's telling me to rush. So now he rushes. Adds to the rush. Make the back block him. If he splits it, now the back's got to decide who to block. And the back will be wrong. If he blocks the nose, the back is clean. He blocks the back or the nose split it, he's clean, right? So that's what we mean by this. Key rush, that's what it means. Okay? So now I've talked a lot about the spinning and so forth. The dabo. So I'll do the dabo down here. Let's say for a second that the back goes this way. Let's say for a second that there's no thunder call. Again, let's say we got a vertical. So he carries the vertical, he takes the out, right? We're matched up, we're good. He's spinning. Match 3 if he's to you. If he's away and there's no thunder call, now you mirror the quarterback. So if we force the quarterback to what we say, jerk the mule, tuck it and run, he's got to deal with you. Okay? He's got to deal with you. So now over here, what I like to talk about are the 2 things. Our read go blitzer, and I'll talk about it up here as well. Okay, auto rush, and what's meant by read. He's not detached, but it's still a read. And what does that mean? I'll get into that in a second. So from a detached position, these guys all show pass set. He's automatically in what we call a go read. So if we've called nothing, our defensive ends have what we call outside cage. So I don't want 2 guys to have outside cage, and that means we have nobody in the B gap. Potentially, I should say, nobody in the B gap, right? So part of that read is you see same color, take it inside. He's got the outside cage. You get inside rush. And if this guard is turned to you, rip it into the A gap. Go butt side. That's the read. So you got to drill your guys and teach your guys how to do that. We do that easily in meetings and walkthroughs. You can do it literally in a walkthrough. You just have him read and show you that he knows what he's seeing and he's doing the right thing. And then you can easily teach it in a 5-minute drill period, either in pre-practice, during special teams where these guys aren't involved in it, like PAT. They're not going to be involved in the PAT, right? Those are all your big offensive linemen. So it's an easy thing to teach, bottom line. So up here, Okay, auto rush, same scenario. We just call our front and cover 10, nothing else. On the snap, he's going to be doing that, right? So now the auto rush, we're always shooting hands on a tight end. That's the first thing. Unless it's a design blitz for the rover, he will shoot hands and what we call knock back the tight end. So after he's knocked back the tight end, same thing. He sees same color. We want him to read that and rip inside. And again, same thing. If the guard's facing him, take it into the A gap. Go butt side of the blocker. But then if we had a scenario where this guy on the snap is ripping into the B gap, then he's got to make sure he understands that because he wouldn't have normally been involved. And now he's read that, doesn't see same color across his face. So now he's the outside guy. It's just a way to remind your guys that don't follow same color jersey. I don't need two guys in contain. I need somebody in B gap. Okay? So they got to read that on the fly. So that takes care of that, right? So now the last thing here, so he's gone, right? He's blitzed. He's done what he's supposed to do. As he's screwing down, right, in both scenarios, as he's screwing down, it's sky support. So that means versus a run, your rover here can be a spill defender. He'd be a quarterback defender on his own read. He'd be a spill guys otherwise because he's going to pick up, contain. He'll take the pitch. He'll take the bubble, the RPO, right? He's out there. That's a whole other video, right? But Sky tells him that. He's a curl flat defender. Both he and the boundary corner are what we call clue 2. So they're reading and reacting to number 2, and that's after their surface, right? Remember, they read their portion of the surface, the uncovered lineman. So the guard tells them it's pass. They go from surface to 2, surface to 2, clue 2, clue 2. He gets into his third, right? If he just runs an out route, he's curl flat. So if number 2 is not threatening the curl, then he'll take care of the flat. If this becomes an out and up, or the boundary corner is already pedaling for depth and he's sitting on top of it, right? Because this is the zone side. But I've already covered what I wanted to cover in the read portion of it for the blitzer. Okay, we've talked about the key rush. We've talked about number 3 goes to the zone side. That makes our match 3 defender a mirror defender. If the running back fits into protection here, okay, the Mike linebacker will be playing him for the screen. Okay, he'll be playing him for the screen. And if we think it's in our best interest to make him a key rush defender, we just say key it. And they know what that means because both inside linebackers are key rush guys in our match quarters. So it's simple built in because the system's the same for match quarters and 3 match, right? Our gray coverages and our cover 10 that makes it simple. So as I said at the beginning, I thank you for watching my channel. I do really appreciate it. Non-subscribers, please push that button. Everybody have a great day.